Hello and welcome back to another video. So today this is just going to be a fun little speculation thing. The Blizzcon virtual ticket has recently came on sale, so I thought that now's probably a decent enough time to just speculate as to what the hell could be going on at BlizzCon. So I'll just go through all the main franchises and give you my thoughts. First of all, we've got World of Warcraft. I don't think we are going to get a World of Warcraft expansion announcement, especially not with Warlords of Draenor not being out. I think it would be ridiculous, and honestly I think me, you, and the whole crowd at BlizzCon would probably be on the floor laughing if they did that, just shouting, hey, can we have the Warlords first, please? Please? So yeah, I don't think that's going to happen, and there is a bit more of a reason why. So, I'd say that Warlords is going to last from 14 to 16 months. So what is about 14 to 16 months away from BlizzCon? The answer is the Warcraft movie by Duncan motherfucking Jones, which I can't wait for. But the good news is that, you know, if you were to have, say, a BlizzCon in maybe October 2015, then a short beta period with the expansion coming out in and around the same time as the Warcraft movie, then boom, you've got a nice little bit of marketing genius for World of Warcraft. Well, not genius, you know, marketing common sense for Warcraft's next expansion. So I'd say that with Warcraft, what you're going to see from BlizzCon is maybe a little bit of a look at some of the future patches. I don't think we're going to find out a massive deal about, say, their plans with maybe garrisons, because Blizzard have already said that they're going to wait and see how garrisons play out on the live game before they do a lot of work with them. But I think what we could see is perhaps any planned dungeons that they have. We're going to find out if Farallon's going to exist, maybe, perhaps even a little bit of Tanan Jungle, so we could definitely find all those things out. But I think what they should really do if they want to blow the stage away is talk about Time Walker dungeons / raids. We know they have the tech that, you know, to be able to do this, right? We know this. We also know that they have a desire to implement these Time Walker raids. If you don't know, that's just your character scaling up or down to the difficulty level of a raid, say like an old raid. We know they want to do this. Perhaps by that time, they will have some sort of implementation worked out, and I think that would get people extremely excited. But failing Time Walker dungeons, I'd say maybe if they could show off a new battleground, a new dungeon or two, talk about their patch plans, and then the other big Warcraft thing, I think, would be the teaser trailer for the Warcraft movie. Now you're probably thinking, well, hang on, the movie's not coming out for 16 months. That's a load of bullshit. What are you talking about? Well, back at Comic-Con, there was actually a teaser trailer shown for the Warcraft movie. It had like live action. I mean, one of them was like a pan over Draenor, or one of the scenes was a pan over Draenor. The other one was just a pan over Azeroth with Lothar and Duratan doing a bit of a like monologue thing. And apparently people were very impressed. But the one thing is that they have said that at the time the CGI was not finished, and that's why it wasn't released to the wider world. So it stands to reason that by the time BlizzCon comes around, the CGI on that trailer will be finished and we will get a first look at the Warcraft movie. I for one can't wait. People who were at that event said that it kind of looked amazing, especially the environmental art, and there's some people even saying that the orcs currently looked at like they were sort of Avatar levels of quality. I haven't really seen Avatar, honestly. Well, okay, I've seen half an hour. It was pretty shit in my opinion. I don't think it was a very good movie. It was pretty, I suppose, but maybe the people who loved Avatar will take something out of that, right? Yeah, so that's what's going on with Warcraft. I think, okay, there's also just going to be the regular PvP tournament, and I'd say they might do a live raid featuring a few Warlords of Draenor bosses, and failing that, they will probably do one of those kind of crazy, like, mix and match things where they get method and then spawn 3 raid bosses outside Orgrimmar and get them to fight it or something. Okay, so the next big franchise is Diablo 3. What will they do with Diablo 3? Well, I think they'll start to talk just a little bit about the next expansion, whatever that could be. Bearing in mind that it is about 8 or whatever months after Reaper of Souls came out, so I think it's okay to talk about the next expansion then, especially when you consider that it is Blizzard Entertainment and it would probably take them another year to get the expansion to market. Now, failing a new expansion announcement, they'll probably just talk about the next big patch with some big new feature or something like that. But yeah, I'd say honestly what they want to do is an expansion. Now, what could that expansion be? Well, it's either going to be the expansion that Chris Metzen alluded to in the Collector's Edition Blu-ray, where he talked about going somewhere to save Leah's soul, or it's going to be the plotline that was alluded to at the very end of Reaper of Souls, which I'm not going to spoil. Overall, Diablo 3 is looking great, patch 2.1 was a lot of fun, Reaper of Souls was a lot of fun, and I'm really excited to see what's going to come out of that game. Right, so let's just move swiftly on to StarCraft, which is the final one of the big three. I'd say we're going to get Legacy of the Void announced, we're going to see some of the new units, a bit of a story teaser, the regular sort of stuff that comes with the new expansion announcement, and I just hope that Blizzard have some way to reinvigorate the StarCraft 2 scene. If you just compare the things that Blizzard have been doing on an esports front to, say, Valve just murder them. It's ridiculous. You know, Valve are innovating with things like the Compendium, whereas Blizzard are just boring. You know, and the WCS system, at least in its initial, first 2 years, was designed in such a way that it killed off other tournaments, it suffocated the scene, and it made it so that only the people who could tune in, 5 nights a week or something, were able to fully get the StarCraft experience. No, they just bollocks it up royally, in my opinion. So hopefully Blizzard have got some method of getting StarCraft 2 back in a position of popularity, because frankly, I don't think we're going to, based on StarCraft 2's performance, I don't think we're going to see a StarCraft 3 for a long time. I'd say they'd be more inclined to make a Warcraft 4, instead of a StarCraft 3, because I think Warcraft 4 would make a lot more money, because StarCraft 2, I think people are just kind of yeah. I mean, I still love it. I think it's a great game. It's just Blizzard have kind of mishandled things, and a lot of people in the scene, and, they think that as well, and it's just sad. Okay, so let's move on to the two newcomers. First of all, we got Heroes of the Storm. Well, I'd say that what happened with Heroes is they did a big hypening, and then it went really quiet after the technical alpha announcement. Now, I'd say that what's been happening in that time is they've just been quietly iterating and building upon the game and trying to make it better. It would make sense that then at BlizzCon they would want to make a big splash, get the hype train rolling up again for maybe a open beta / launch. I'd say that, well, really the common thing with MOBAs is to do an open beta that lots of people can get into. So I'd imagine they will probably do that and try to get the game launched. That MOBA space is really crowding up. We've got things like Dawngate coming. So honestly, Blizzard just want to get Heroes of the Storm out into the market as quickly as they can. I think BlizzCon is a great place to launch it. Then finally, we've got Hearthstone. So with Hearthstone, I'd say that they're going to be doing a lot of talking about the new 200 card expansion that they have been talking about. Now, this is going to be a more traditional expansion where they just add new booster packs. So I think that's what they're going to talk about. They'll show off some of the new cards and new interactions. And then I also think that it might be worth talking a bit more about solo adventures. I'm of the opinion that there should be a solo adventure at least every 3 months, with each solo adventure being a month's worth of content. And, Hearthstone's one of those games that needs constant things to bring people back into it. And I think that would certainly fit the bill. And yeah, stuff's looking pretty good for Hearthstone, honestly. Curse of Naxxramas was well received, and Mike Morhaime on the recent earnings call said that it was the best week that they had, the launch week of Naxxramas, in terms of both revenue and the number of unique players playing the game. So overall, things are looking pretty good for Blizzard, and I think this could be a really interesting BlizzCon, despite the fact that there may not be a World of Warcraft expansion announcement. Anyway, that's my current thoughts on the topic. We'll see how things go as we get closer to the event. Let me know what you think in the description. No, comments. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.